Ava's taping for us, okay?
Boom.
Shh. So I want it quiet. We are going to start with number 6. We are going to go all the way through number 11. All right, through number 11. What you are going to need is your fronts, your backs, and your yoke. Okay, your yoke piece. All right. Now, make sure that you have all of your marks on your yoke piece, just like this. Make sure you have it. Everything is marked. All right. All right. All right. I have all of my yoke pieces. I'm going to do this. You don't have to do this. I just want to make sure that I can identify what is my wrong side, because that's going to come in handy. All right. So the first thing that I'm going to do is something kind of unconventional. And you can definitely read what they're telling you to do. Once again, I'm a visual learner. I am going to look at the photograph. I'm going to take my back piece like this. And the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to take one of the yokes, and on the front, this is my back of my yoke. On the front, I'm going to put right sides to right sides, just like this. And I'm going to line it up, starting at the end here. You can see that. Okay. Starting here on this side, and I'm not going to put a pin in here. I'm just going to lay this on here, right here, this one and this one. Then this is where it's going to get weird. Okay, I'm going to take my other yoke. I'm going to take the right side of my yoke facing. Here's my wrong side. Here's the right side. And I'm going to put it to the wrong side of my shirt, back. Okay, so I'm going to put that. So I have literally sandwiched my back piece in between my yokes. If I've done this correctly, I can see my yoke back here. I can flip it over, and I have another yoke back right here. Does that make sense? Okay. I'm sandwiching these together. I'm going to pin these together so they're all nice and even, matching my fronts right here, the front piece right there. And I'm going to come over here and I'm going to match the end.
I have a question.
Yes.
What if we forgot to cut out these little triangle
That's
notch
okay.
lines?
That's okay. Those are guides. Because you can see, I am more interested in matching the front and the back, and then I want you to squeeze everything all together. Okay? Just like this. I make sure all of these are nice and even here. Okay, right here, all nice and even. And you can see that I have 2, 4, 5 pins. See? So it's going to look like this. All right? And you're going to stitch 5/8. Back stitching. Now remember, I like to sew 12 and 6. And I'm kind of like holding this taunt. The new word for you, taunt. Taunt. Like a little tot, like a tater tot.
I thought you said twat.
Oh, no.
And back stitch at the end. So it's going to look something like that. Okay? And then give it a haircut. Okay, now it's going to get even more confusing.
Now it's time to get funky.
Yep,
I like that thread with the white.
We are going to get a little funky. Okay, now we are moving on to number 7. So now, you got it? Okay.
See.
You want to press your yoke up like this.
Okay.
Press it up.
Okay.
Okay, so now we have that like that, but we're not done. We're not done. We are not done. We're going to press this up like that. Not yet. We're not going to top stitch yet. All right, so now it says press yoke up, leaving the yoke facing down towards the back. Okay, so that means the back one is our yoke facing. That's our yoke facing. So we're going to leave him down for now. We're done with him for a minute. Okay, we're going to work on the front. Now we're going to take our front pieces. Miss Lorraine has my front pieces.
It's coming together.
Yep.
I see it.
And you are going to stitch your shoulder seams together. Not on both yokes, just on the yoke front, not the yoke back facing. We're going to stitch 5/8. What are you up to on your time?
I forgot to tell you.
Did you do another one?
Yep.
All right. And then we're going to do the other one. Line up the front. This is really important. You always want to line up that front, and you want to line up the back, and then stretch everything in between. Okay?
So it's wrong side to wrong side.
It is right sides to right sides.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I wish I had a right side of a fabric. Okay? Pocket is, this is my right side, right? So if I open it up, none of my seams are on that side, right? Yes, yes. Okay. Always sew right side to right side. And give it a haircut. All right, Lorraine, lay me back down. Okay, now this is where we're going to start to birth. All right, you're going to start to birth. So now, this is the weirdest thing ever. Now, you're going to lay this out. I'm going to show you. You'll understand. You will understand. You're going to lay this out with I know. My God. Where's my back piece? There it is. Okay. Here's my back piece. You got it? I am going to take my back piece and I'm going to lay all this out on the front like this. Might be better if I go this way. No, I'm going to go this way. Like I did. This is where I get confused too. This is very confusing. You're gonna lay everything out like this. And I'm gonna make sure that it's nice. This is where you need to double check to make sure that you have your right sides to right sides. You're gonna have to double check because in this next step, if you do it wrong, you're gonna have to unbirth. I've never heard of an unbirthing, but okay. Okay, I'm laying this
Put it
on
back.
top. Listen, listen, listen. And I am rolling my front and my back. So I'm showing you. I've laid this out like this. Okay? I am rolling tightly, 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 like a little sausage, rolling my front and my back together. All the way until it gets I have to do it a couple times to get it right. It's right here. Okay, and this is going to go together. Now I'm going to show you, I'm going to pin sew. If this is something that I want you to, listen, if you are unsure of a method, you can use your pins to pin sew. And that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna show you what this is gonna look like. So I'm gonna use my pins to sew this seam together. Just like you would sew in your seam, okay? I'm gonna pin sew. And you can do this to anything just to check and to verify yourself. Just like this. So I am pin sewing this. That one's not very good. Okay. Like that, okay? And then you're gonna pull this out of the side.
Oh. Oh, the name makes sense now.
Birthing.
Oh. Oh, dare.
You see, I feel like a magician when I do this. You can see that all of the seam allowance is inside of the yoke.
Wow.
You see that?
Tea.
You see that? Okay. So if you've pin sewed this, now
Make the
go back
ultimate
in here.
sweatshop now.
Take this out. Take this out. Does it make sense now?
Yes.
Okay.
Tea.
So you can stop taping. I'm going to do it one more time.